Hey guys, Gas here. I know it's been about over 3 months since I've last uploaded a video, so coming with a quick update and a cool trick I found also just about 3 months ago. So if you don't know why, I have RSI, tendonitis, so that's why I haven't been playing RuneScape, but thought I'd share this secret since it's not really a secret anymore since I've told other friends, and also Magic is no longer a relevant style at Telos. Well, it's relevant, but not for speeds or anything, so this is a pretty cool trick, but not really useful. So, full disclosure, I would not recommend doing this unless you're at like maybe less than 1500 enrage on a streak or something, but who does those nowadays? So, let's get started. So, some concepts that you need to know. In order to prephase a Telos, or what prephasing means is, if you use an ability at the end of a phase, and then go on to the next phase, that damage from that ability that you used at the end of the phase will carry over. So, this is an example of it. So I use Dragonbreath right now. He's at his health limit. And then you'll see it at the start of the next phase. I don't know why he's drag here, but yeah, that 3.9k is from the Dragonbreath, and the requirements for this are it has to be an AoE ability that hits on next tick. So for melee you can use Quake, for range I don't know what you can use, but for magic you can use Dragonbreath or Chain or Blood Barrage or whatever this one is called. But yeah, continuing. Alright, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm gonna have to edit this. Yeah, so you can also use multi-hitting abilities like Wild Magic or Snapshot, but Dragon Breath is the only ability that's relevant here that I'll be talking about. So when you walk underneath Telos, you can either go west, this is east, west, or south. And then that matters because moving him around to get to the correct spot in order to prephase is pretty annoying. So I'm just going to show 3 example clips for each of the directions that can happen. So this rotation is pretty standard. Here he is walking east, as you can tell. I'm just gonna go north and then try to get him as north as I can, because ultimately the goal is going to be to get him northeast, or face northeast so you can search straight here. So as you can see, I'm pushing him right and north, and then I am southwest. I'll rewind this, but just to get it down and on the screen. As you can see, this 4K is from the Dragonbreath. So now going back here in more detail, I click here, but I click back on Telos so that I face him again. That's really important because if you don't do that, then sometimes it can get scuffed, and then even though you deado and you clicked here, you're facing south or east or something, and then it won't work. So it's the same exact rotation P1, spreadsheet, and PVME, and all you have to do is auto, deado, wild magic, and then surge on the same tick. So auto, deado, wild magic like you do normally, and then also surge. That way, your auto, deado, wild magic hits on tick, and then your Dragon Breath is far away enough that it hits the next tick as well, so it gets prephased. If you don't understand my very brief explanation of prephasing, there's probably something in PVME you can find about it that explains it in more detail. But that was going east. This is now going south. Pretty much the same exact thing. You want to get him as north as you can, and then get west of him. There's also ways to move so that he mages you only or something like he does here, but I don't really care too much. This is like the 1 hour of this that I actually did, so I'll go into why this isn't optimal at this enrage after these example clips. So I don't know why I didn't do a better angle, but as you can see, it wasn't crackling. It was a Dragonbreath. Could have been Aftershock actually, but I'm gonna convince you that this 3.3k was Aftershock and not that other hit splat. Alright, now for going west. This is a little bit more tricky since you have to be west of him and he's going west, so it's easy to miswalk him, but it's not too bad once you get the hang of it. The important thing is to go north before you go east. Well, that's not even that important. You just have to make sure you go north all the way and then also stay east for a while until you can go west so that you can actually keep walking him with Combust. It's important to be where I am and not one west of that, as I'll show you in a later clip, because otherwise you may not search far enough for the Dragonbreath to be delayed. So I stole this from Artstream that I was just watching that reminded me that I had this saved up and never told anyone. So as you can see, he can take a step closer to Telos and then not walk him, but he doesn't do that, and then does the same Dead Wild Magic and Dragonbreath after searching, and as you can see, there's no Dragonbreath that appears. So that's one mistake not to do, and then the other would be this clip I just clipped. Or this is actually fine, but this is why it's not optimal at this enrage. So you have to do like 27k damage or something. Alright, that's not why. You have to get him to 450k HP. If you do the damage and then don't actually phase him, then this is just like a waste of a search, and then your next hit is going to be delayed. Which isn't the biggest deal, but it's like could potentially lead to an extra tick or extra auto that makes the kill slower overall. And then the other would be failing Tendril. So this is like the biggest reason why this isn't optimal. So you have to do 27.5k damage, and then if you don't do that much damage, you're far away, so he's gonna heal and damage you for an extra tick if you were over here in the Dragonbreath, because that's how you get the prephase to work in the first place. Dragonbreath is delayed by a tick. So took extra damage there than if I hadn't searched, and of course I don't get the prephase. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's some other things that can happen. Like while I was experimenting, I was trying to see if Blade Dive would work, and as you can see, it does not. So another horrible thing that can happen is, as I learned while I was figuring this out, you have to search northeast, otherwise if you search in a different direction, this is what happens. As you can see, I clicked south, but I didn't reface Telos. So now I am facing south. So when I do auto Delta Rod magic search, this is what happens. I search south, and then all of my damage gets nulled, and then I have a full 27.5k damage to do for this tendril, and things are not going to turn out pretty. By the way. Yeah, I think it'd be worth it at an enrage that you can comfortably clear tendrils, so like maybe 1500, maybe 2k if you're feeling ambitious, but I think the potential to mess up and not be prepared for it is not worth the trade-off, but it is pretty cool in my opinion and fun to do. So check out Artiferns' stream. He is back on RuneScape, and then alright, now trying to play a Twitch ad. And I think that's it. Don't really have any other content lined up, so see you whenever I feel like posting another video.